When interacting or meeting your aspect for the first time, it is imperative to not only to set up your protection barriers, also to discern the energy, to ask the necessary questions. This is part and small tools that you could use to assure and affirm that number one, the aspect that you're talking to is who they say that they are and presenting themselves to be, because there is such thing as false light. But also too, it wards off and abolishes all those false light healers, false light practitioners, malevolent practitioners from telling you that that isn't who you are. Don't ever let anyone outside of yourself debunk who you know yourself to be. When you build that relationship with your aspect, when your aspects start teaching you things that may not be found in books, and then other times it could be validated by what you find in the book. And you know for a fact you haven't read that book a day in your life. And here it is, your aspect bringing it to you on Front Street. And now you're like, yeah, this is it. This is the person. This is the soul. This is the deity, right? I find it interesting how those who supposedly have the eye, who supposedly have the heart space to feel, tell you, "Oh no, that's not it. That's not who you are." It causes confusion, it causes distortion, and it derails you from your mission. It derails you from the trueness of self, which is your heart. Especially when you don't even know that this practitioner that you're working with is about that life. You don't know if they've been doing the proper healing. You don't know if they've been doing it consistently. You don't know if they have an attachment they got themselves. You don't know if they have an attachment from AI, attachment from any malevolent being, or they're being contracted by some lower level vibration. And here you are believing in this practitioner, not knowing what their intent is. And they're out here causing a whole bunch of confusion amongst others. And they don't care none the wiser as long as they get their payment in full. I'm going to repeat this one more again. You don't ever let anybody outside of yourself tell you what you are and what you're not, especially if you haven't yourself did the work yourself to validate that, to know it to be true. Anytime that you run into a practitioner, I would suggest this: do the best you can to figure out as much as you can about you. I want you to try that. Practice that. If you have the ability to hear, if you have the ability to see as well, I would suggest you to do that. This would also develop a discernment on who you're working with is really about it. And again, there is such a thing as yes men practitioners where they'll just agree with everything that the fuck that you say. That exists too. Let's not overlook that. And that's also dangerous. Do the work within yourself for yourself. If you have somebody to guide you with your hearing and your vision, awesome. Work from there. I promise you, once you get to that level, you will start to see a whole different world out there, and you realize that this woke community is a bit trickier than you think.